Iwandro Magales, thank you for all you do, Dr. Brewer. I seem to do best on a little bit of carbs. Do you have a number I could use as a target? 100 to 150 grams per day? Too much. Here's a quick, easy, and inexpensive way to learn how to save your life by learning more than your doctor told you, and maybe more than your doctor knows. So, no, actually, I've mentioned that several times, and that's the target that I tend to recommend if it's just somebody coming from the standard American diet or somebody that's not watching carbs. First of all, count your carbs. And, that people say, oh, that's just too much of a headache. I'm not going to do that. That takes too much time. It is a headache and it takes time. Just be fastidious, compulsive for 2 weeks and count the carbs that you eat. You can count calories too, but I'm more interested in you counting carbs for those 2 weeks. What you'll find is there's patterns. You don't eat 30 endless types of breakfast, you don't eat endless types of lunch, and you don't eat endless types of dinner. Within 2 weeks, you're going to get most of your standard meals, and you're going to find out where your low-hanging fruit is. You're also going to find out about how many carbs you're eating. And just that exercise alone, most people will start dropping the carbs because they'll start discovering these little things that they weren't really counting before. Like old Alabama Gardener, he made a comment. He said, it's the corn chips. I love these Dorito corn chips. They're my downfall. And once he went through that episode of counting carbs, he realized how much of a downfall it was. He took those out. Just taking those out at 80 years old and not being that heavy, he lost 20 pounds. Then he lost 20 more just with that one item. Now, to get back to your question, Awandro, what I recommend is if you can get to 100 is a good number to stay at forever for most people. Now, I get a lot of people that want to go lower. Was talking with a patient just yesterday who's gone to 50 to 25. One of the things that happens is a lot of us start discovering that we have lean mass hyperresponder status. In other words, our LDL starts shooting up. Now, I've had Dave Feldman on the channel. I agree with him and now with some folks at Harvard and more places that are saying, if your LDL is shooting up because your carbs are going significantly below 100, that's probably not really a problem. But very, very few docs understand that. You go get a test, you see your local primary care doc or cardiologist, they get emotional. And yes, we had one of those. I'm going in a bunch of different ways to answer your question. Let me just be very specific. I think 100 is a great place to look at for a standard.